What's up, guys? We stayed at a cabin 4 months ago in the Pisgah National Forest. I wanted to share it with you because we had such a good experience there. It was an Airbnb. My girlfriend found it, and she booked it. I think we stayed for 2 nights. It was a really wonderful time. We cooked a ton of food. There was electricity. There were jugs of water. There was a fireplace. It was a very unique setup. It was cool. There were 2 cabins kind of in an L shape. And one you stayed in, we couldn't get into the other one. We're thinking that maybe they used it for storage of some kind. But it was a good living space. It was a high cube. We think it was a high cube because I'm a pretty tall guy and I had a lot of head space between the ceiling. It was hidden away in some trees. It's kind of deep into the you go up this driveway and it winds around. You wind up this driveway and then there's a bar and a gate that you just take a latch off of and move the bar, and then you drive through and you relatch it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then you keep going up this road and it winds around and winds around. And finally you get up to this cabin, and if you didn't know better from the outside, if you closed everything up, you probably would just miss it and drive by. It's like this matte black finished cabin, shipping container. I think it was the shipping container floors. I don't think they redid the floors or anything. It was just like the wood that you see in a shipping container. So it was kind of cool. It was very rustic. They did a good job making it comfortable and luxurious, even though it was off-grid. But, even though it was off-grid, there was electricity, there were lights, there was a record player. But we brought up some homemade beer that we did. It was a Czech Pilsner. It was really, really delicious beer. And we made some great food. There was a little duck's top that they had, and I liked the duck's top so much that when we came home, I ended up going on Amazon and finding the same exact one and buying it so that I could cook on my island instead of having my back face to the living room. And it's just a really good duck's top.
What's the duck's top?
Yeah. And the duck's top is an induction cook stove. So, yeah, it's just like a smooth glass top, and it senses whether, the metal touches it, it turns on. And you can set it to the high and low, and it gets hot fast. It's a really awesome thing. I probably do a video about the duck's top, too. But we ended up having a really nice time, and on one of the days, we actually had a dog show up.
Come. Yes, buddy. What's up? Where'd you come from? Where did you come from?
It sounded like that way, 'cause it
I
sounded
know.
like you just walked
Yeah,
all
he
the
just
way
came.
through. I see that.
Yeah.
Now I see that.
Buddy, what are you doing? Good boy. Go home. There he is.
That is crazy. So we were just cooking food and eating, and I hear this ting 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 coming down the road over here, and then this black lab just comes running up in here. He's super young, he's kind of like a puppy. He looks like super cute dog, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He walked around inside and checked everything out, and I was like, "Go home, buddy," and he just ran home, and he just
Literally ran.
he just
completely.
I was like, "Where's home? Go home," and I was like, "Go home, bud," and he just runs right back up the hill, goes right home. And the dog was a sweetheart. We saw the owner and him drive by in a silver truck and go up the road, because this is someone's, multiple people live on this property. It is hidden away, but there's just one road, and that was the only guy we saw the entire time we were there. He just drove by once, and we noticed that he had this black lab in the back of his truck, and they went up the hill, and maybe an hour after we saw that guy, we hear this cling, 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 metal clinging kind of, and we open the front door to the cabin, and there's a dog standing in the road. We gave him some love, and I was like, "Where's home, buddy? Where's home?" And he just turns and starts running back up the road. He knew exactly where he was. This was obviously his stomping grounds, so he came down to just check out what we were doing, who we were. It was a very cute dog, very sweet dog, and a wonderful experience. I mean, the bed was comfortable. The lighting was like a mood lighting. It was very nice. There was an outhouse with a composting toilet. I think it was a Nature's Head toilet. And because you turn the dial down here after you do your business, you turn the dial, you clean yourself and you spray You spray the vinegar water mixture into the toilet and turn the little dial around, and it just, you know, mixes your stuff up in the sawdust or the peat moss. I'm assuming it was peat moss or something in there, and it separates your pee from the poop. So it was actually really kind of a nice experience. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder to use the composting toilet, but it was pretty dang easy. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It didn't smell. There was no smell. There was nothing. It was very peaceful being out there, and no running water, nothing. But knowing that, you know, you're hygienic enough and it's clean, and you can just go in that toilet and turn the dial, and everything's done, and you don't feel dirty. Everything was fine. Everything was clean. They had some amenities and things in the kitchen. They had, you know, a cast iron skillet. They had pots and pans, cups, mugs, you know, basically all the things you need in your kitchen. Not like, no blenders or like, you know, hand mixers and things. Just like everything you would need to cook food without all the special electronic devices that you probably have in your kitchen at home. It was all we needed. It was perfect. We woke up one morning. We would leave the garage door. When we were there, it was nice out. So we would leave the garage door all the way up at night, and they had a screen that you could close, and we would bring the screen down and close that, so the entire wall basically just became one huge open window. Anyways, going outside. Yeah, check this out. So you get this whole deck. It's a pretty big deck. Like, this is pretty large, bigger than the inside, but then you have this garage door that opens up and allows you to kind of expand your living space. Really nice, really cool. And you could screen it off, and so at night, I never got bit by any mosquitoes. I don't think my girlfriend got a mosquito bite, and it was kind of the season for them, so we were expecting something like that, and we brought bug spray. We didn't even need it. We just closed the screen up. We woke up in the morning one of the days, and it was so misty, we thought it was raining, but it was really just the mist dripping off of the tree branches and the leaves, and then coming down and hitting the ground. And it sounded like rain, but it wasn't even raining. It was just so foggy and misty up there, and it was gorgeous. I woke up. I thought it was raining. It's not even raining. It's just super misty, and it's so misty that there's water dripping down the leaves of the trees above us, but there's no actual rainwater falling from the sky. There's a break in the clouds, like right here, or a break in the trees, like right here, and there's no rain. It's just mist, thick mist. I unfortunately couldn't fly my drone because there was no cell phone reception, and I tried to fly the drone, but it took off and flew straight into a tree, and I was like, all right, that's enough for me. I'm not going to try it again because I just couldn't. The second it took off from the ground, it just went willy-nilly, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't fly this here. So that we didn't fly anything, but we ended up making some delicious food sitting by the fire. The fireplace was awesome. They had this big back deck, and it overlooks the forest, and there's like a little trail you could probably walk down. They said that there was a well that you could get water from. We never found the well. I'm sure there is one there somewhere. But we think it was like all the way down the road. Maybe you'd have to drive down to get to it or hike down to get to it. But we never found the well. Either way, they gave us enough. They left us with enough water, plenty of water for the days that we were there. There was a shower. There's an outdoor shower, and you kind of stand in like a cask, or like an aluminum cask, that's cut for maybe like a wine barrel or something. Or a bucket. It was like a big bucket, but it had a drain down and a solar shower. And the solar shower was good. I had an experience in the shower with a spider, a gigantic spider. But he just came out to say hello. He like jumped out and like, whew, and then went back in and scared the crap out of me. But friendly spider, I guess, because he didn't attack me. So I got to finish my shower, sort of, and like jump out. Holy schnollies! What? That's a big spider. Sorry, dude. Oh my god. I'm like halfway in and out now because because my head touched his spider web and I felt it. And then I turned around and looked and he's all, and like came out. I was like, oh. But wonderful experience, great experience. I would highly suggest it. Of course, I'm going to put the link to the cabin in the description below. Haley, I think her name's Haley, who runs the place. She was very sweet, very accommodating. We only talked to her over the Airbnb app. We never saw her in person, so we could just show up. It was our place for the day, for the 2 days that we had it. And it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. And the bed was comfortable. I felt safe the whole time. It was nice. We were out in the middle of nowhere in this cool container cabin, and we really did it to see, because we want to live in some, it's not like we're trying to live unconventionally for any reason other than to save money, really, or just because we like the idea of building our own thing. And a container is kind of like a Lego piece. You can just drop it in place and work on it. And we really like that idea. So we wanted to experience that, and it was perfect. It was really cool, very comfortable. I would say that living in a container, even of that size, it wasn't gigantic. It wasn't a huge container, maybe like 20 feet. But it was enough. It was plenty of space. It was enough. So I would suggest, if you're in the North Carolina area, if you're in the Asheville area, check it out on Airbnb. It's the Pisgah Highlands Container Cabin, and I would suggest that you do it as well. Thank you for watching. If you would click like, click subscribe, click the bell, do the whole notification thing. That's all new to me too. So do that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you on the next one.
Why bet you